A very good Sunday afternoon, my people. I was just telling the group that we still do not have electricity, so we have to use this, our old treatment place that years back. Remember, you used to sit here and look outside the garden. See, the garden is very beautiful still, but they are just keep growing. So let's start with our part 1, breathing exercise. So this exercise is based on Taoist longevity breathing exercise. What we are trying to teach people do, because breathing is that important, right? So then we try to teach not just breathe in from your nose or out from your mouth, but try to breathe, use dantian. 3 fingers, we call it 3寸. It's 1 寸, 2 寸, 3寸. That's how you measure, right? Find your belly button, 3 fingers below. That is the dantian, is your energy field. And really just feel that your energy field gently open, right? And then we call 站桩, that stand like a tree, naturally bend a little bit. You feel your feet and your toes are like roots deep into the soil. Get all the energy, healing energy out of the soil, right? And then naturally bend your legs, relax, also relax, and yet feel someone is pulling you, your head up. That's your Bai Hui, beginning of the wisdom, right? Pulling that up. So you have your spine. You have to make sure your spine begins to breathe, right? Put your hands up like this, close your eyes. We're going to breathe as deeply as we can. Always remember, you are going to breathe from here, not just here. We'll do 10 times together. And now we're going to start our second part. That's our energy. We'll do 5 of each movements. So energy movements is based on 8 energy movements. We add 2 more just to help people to stretch out more. That is best exercise to build up one's structure. That's your fascia system. Say fascia is not an organ, right? But it's more important than an organ. It's yet nowhere and yet everywhere, because your lymph, your body fluid, your blood, your energy lines are all going through the fascia system. So by exercising your fascia system, that really builds a very good foundation for you. The past 2 years, we've been doing the basic movements, but now we have advanced ourselves into level 1 professional movements. But if I don't want you to push yourself, just do as much as you can, okay? So this really is open up your triple burner, your immune system, and one of the best movements to do cancer prevention. The intersection of yin and yang, bring it up slowly. Head up, head, look ahead. Lock your hands in. And the second movement, if you remember what, exercising the 6 arm meridian lines, and also you're balancing the 2 very important organ systems, your lungs and your liver. Also, if you have headaches, neck pain, arthritis, arm pain, upper back pain, is also going to be very helpful. These movements, you're exercising the whole gut system. If people have bloating, stomach pain, gas, constipation, or diarrhea, do these movements often. This will exercise your neck, your spine, and also help you to balance your 7 basic emotions. So if you have neck pain, back pain, anxiety, do this movement. This one mostly help with inflammation, heart, small intestines, to feel the whole spine, lower back, legs, all get stretched out. Working on our kidney system. Our liver, for our, again, our kidney system. If you have bladder inflammation, kidney stone, frequent urination, large prostate, pelvic floor inflammation, this one will help. Now, the last two is to help us to stretch and really stretch all the tendon of your body. These are almost dead. Now the last one, put your forehead right onto floor. And that will help to stretch out all the fascia system and also your meridian line. Help to reduce the overall inflammation. Now, always remember have water with you. And I like lemon water. I just put lemon peel in the water, warm water. I drink warm water throughout the year. So, what are we going to talk about today? It's change of seasons again, from summer to the fall. So now we all know that each season we have a manager. Who is our manager in the fall, which we call long summer. Now it's a long summer. It's just transformed summer into the fall. So it's your lungs. So what are the basic functions of lungs, right? Because we say, well, lungs and that help to breathe in air, right? And also that in traditional Chinese medicine, we believe we have 5 filter systems. The first one is your lungs, right? Your lungs is an upside down tree, and instead of soil, we're soaked in blood. So that our breathing part is our sinuses. So through that, the first filter, you breathe in air, right? Get into your lungs, and then your lungs. The second filter system is your spleen system. The third is your liver. The fourth, your kidneys. And the fifth is your lymph and fascia. So how do we help to transition, right, from late summer, or we also call long summer, into fall? So what are some tricks? And now that a lot of patients that or seekers that ask again, well, they says COVID is surfacing. What are we going to do? Are we going to have another booster? Are we going to have what? What is it that we need to do to keep ourselves well? So if we must bet on certain things, that I think this fall, a lot of people will experience some coughing. So here is why, that again, in our tradition, in traditional Chinese medicine, 咳, so that's 2 different concepts. 咳 is cough. So is that you have phlegm with your coughing. It's not just dry cough, it's wet cough, right? You feel you are very phlegmy. And then this year, because of the irregular weather pattern, I think we're going to see more chronic sinuses infections and mid-ear infections because they are connected, and tooth infections, again, because they are connected, and also a lot of cough, dry cough, wet cough, right? Because dry cough is mostly in your lungs. Wet cough, we say 五脏六腑皆可. That means the 5 basic organ systems can all lead to coughing. So that's being said, so what do, right? Again, we go back to basics. What are the basic things? The basic things really is how to, the 5 basic things, how to lower your toxins, how to lower your inflammation, how to lower your stagnation, how to help to balance the gut system. And then we will have a balanced immune system. A balanced immune system is whatever will give, whatever comes, your body is able to give a proper response. A lot of people have developed autoimmune deficiency. Why? Because that is just your system has either too much toxins, too much inflammation, too much stagnation, your gut is off, then your body, your immune system is no longer able to respond properly. So either is under respond or over respond. So then as a result, we suffer, either will cause stagnation. So that's been said, how do we balance our immune system, right? How do we help to have a healthy transition into the fall, right? And I don't have any new thing to tell you, but rather go back to our diet, because the lung energy, who is the lung? Who is the mother of the lungs? The lung system is your spleen. Why do you think I have used the past 6 years ago, I developed this formula? Right? This is to reduce stagnation. This is our wellness broth, right? And to have a balanced immune response, right? And now I have developed the next chapter is to help people reduce their dampness, because dampness can really cause a lot of imbalance in your gut. That really is the foundation of everything. So that's been said, is that, again, your diet is important. Not just what you eat, but when you eat, how much you eat, and what you eat. Why we encourage people to eat seasonally, right? Why we need to eat normal amount, why has to eat certain food in certain time frame, why we need to have at least 12 hours, give your stomach, give your whole gut system a break without putting a lot of food in, why we want you to eat dinner early. So all these things will promote a balanced gut system. A balanced gut system that will help to have a healthy lung system. But today, well, and then the other thing is that I want to show you something really cool. I don't know if Sarah can upload that photo. That is Yao Wang. That is one of the greatest herbalists through Chinese history. And he has figured out the connection and the relationship between 2 organ systems. Sarah, are you able to upload that photo?
Yeah, give me 1 second, actually. I'm just working on the formatting.
Okay.
But you can go ahead and it'll be up in 1 second.
Okay. So Yao Wang is the best, the king, right? The really is the one who really figured out. So that he really remains one of the greatest herbalists throughout traditional Chinese medicine history. So, but what he figured out, we call him, he can xianglong fuhu. Xianglong is to heal the dragon. Fuhu is to make a tiger a cat, to create a perfect relationship between a dragon and a tiger. And then a lot of stories about him and saying, well, he actually can help to treat the tigers and dragons. I'm not quite sure about that, but I think what that resembles really is he really figured out how to balance the relationship, two most difficult and yet, if you figure out, most simple relationship between Long, that is your liver system. Hu is tiger. Long is a dragon. A tiger, that is your lungs. How good a doctor you are, it really is how do you play to balance this two most simple and yet most complicated, how to create balance. So, and he figured that piece out. And I must say that the long, the dragon, and the tiger both have one thing in common. Who managed them? Well, like herbalists know, it's your gut system, right? That's the gut system really help to manage and balance everything. So if you look at any of his formulas, it's very similar to the formula that we create here, because this formula is based on one of the old formula that really create a perfect balance between your liver system and your lungs. And that's really why a lot of people says, well, you know, the past 4 years, all of us has been taking this. I have been taking this for much longer, but all of us has been taking this formula. A lot of you trust me to take this formula with us, right? We don't have one severe COVID cases. We haven't lost anybody to COVID. And why? Because the dragon, right? The liver and tiger, the lungs, this formula to balance through gut give you a proper immune response. Really, one of the formula have figured out how to balance these two most complex and yet simple systems and keep them really in balance with each other. So now that's why this formula works really well. See, now you know my secret. So, well, we still don't have what that herbalist look like, but or not. So I think that I am going to teach you, right, how to help to balance. I noticed that a lot of you have the sinuses imbalances, either chronic sinuses infections or sinuses inflammation that lead to headaches and fatigue and a lot of other things. So I created this 5 steps for you. I think if you do it every day, if you do have sinuses problems, or if you want to help your children not get sick in the fall or get less sick, get yourself less sick in the fall, this is a must do. So you either have a comb like this, or if you don't, worry not, our beautiful pair of walnuts. By now, I trust all of you have a pair, right? Or if you say, I don't have that either, that's okay. Your hands, right? That will do. So the first movements, if you have this comb, you will just simply comb your hair. So you start, but instead of starting with the hairline, this time I want you to start with the eyebrows, the eyebrow line, right? You start here, and you end the hairline, and you go the hairline, right? You start here, and you don't have to remember which meridian lines, which points. Just touch all. See, you start in the middle, on this side, especially if you have sinuses, because what I want to teach you is these 2 points right in the middle of between your hairline and your eyebrows. If you go through yin tang right in the middle and 2 cun on each side, and these are your sinuses points, right? You want to make sure when you do your exercise, you touch these points, right? You just touch this. And then ideally, you will get some sha out. When you see some red marks, that is a very positive thing. Don't be afraid. If someone asks you, just tell them this is what I'm doing, encourage them to do it with you and get the sha out. In the fall, you will have some sha. Sha is the red mark. You see these red marks? That also indicate you have your third eye open, but anyways, so you see, just do it hard enough, you will get some sha out. Get some sha out. That is inflammation, and then you will feel your sinuses is really cleared up. So this is step 1. You can do it 30 times. And step 2, and you just kind of massage your head like this from your taiyang, right? This point, and then goes up. And this also will help with your wrinkles. A lot of people says, I don't want to have wrinkles, then do this movement. And that can help with your stomach, help with the gut system, and also help with the sinuses, okay? So you have step 1, step 2, step 3 is just you use your fingers to massage the whole nose. You see? You can do 10 times or 15 times. It's up to you. For this to be effective, you have to do at least 10 times. So now we have step 1, right? We have step 2. Step 3. We have step 4. Use your hands to massage your hairline. From this side to this side, you will touch a lot of points. Those are acupuncture points, meridian line points. And this will also help with your neck pain and help with spine inflammation and help with headaches. Also help with your sinuses. And the last step, step 5, is do your neck like this. Again, if you don't want to have wrinkles, that will help to stretch it out, but also that help with your wrinkles as well. Now you see that healer. That is the great, that is Sun Simiao, the king of herbalists. Among herbalists, you see he sits on a tiger and he's helping with that dragon. If you can balance the relationship between your liver system and your lungs, then you're all set. If you cannot do that yourself, come to us and we'll help you with that. But always remember, diet is the key, and do the movements, the energy movements, the exercise, self-massage points I just taught you, and these are all important. So see, and he lived in Tang Dynasty, and he lived 101. Not bad, eh? So, so that's the exercise that if we can do every day, that will help you through the seasonal change. And then it will help your children to be less sick, will help you to be less sick. When you're sick, it's not going to go into your lungs. And also that would help with the sinuses, help with your cough. So that's one thing I want you to do. And then the other thing is, I know many of you to do that colon massage, right? We call 仙人推腹. That is immortal, is really doing exercise with its colon. So we have a very detailed colon massage. Well, this is the legend says that the first healer who taught us how to do it, he was immortal, or he became immortal, who knows? But anyways, so that is another thing that I will encourage you to do, right? Before you go to bed, do the colon massage. And it is very, very important for your health. Now, you know your sinuses in the morning, after you've done the 10 energy movements, make sure you give a little bit time to do that 5 steps of your sinuses exercise. And also, before you go to bed, do a foot soak if you have time. Give your feet. We only have one body. We gotta really totally love it, right? Give yourself a treat. Do a 5 minutes foot massage. I do that every day, right? And then before I go to bed, I do a colon massage, you know, and it took me 40 minutes to finish my my routine. And then, you know, if you have someone that can help you to do skin rolling, that's excellent. If you don't, and then you can just kind of pat your own spine, and we have a meridian line patting tool, and that is good too. So that will help you to have a very good sleep. And so that is the basic things I want you to do. And then the other thing that I want to just bring a little bit of mindfulness is that the lungs, well, again, in traditional Chinese medicine, we kind of divide souls in different parts. We say each organ systems that house a piece of our soul. So our lungs is our advisor. That this piece is the most intimate piece with us. That's why we call our lungs our advisor, right? Because this part is born with you, but will die with you. And then once upon this time, we'll teach a concept of death. What is it in traditional Chinese medicine? How comes we teach a lot about death? Simply because that's a part of life, right? That is transition into a new beginning, to your next journey, whatever that is, that need to be celebrated, not be feared, right? Because death itself, it's the most fair very beautiful part of existence that can help you to transition into your next journey. So, but anyways, so this part, right, our advisor, this advisor that is born with us, advise us through, and will die with us. So that's been said, we really, really need to rekindle that relationship. A lot of people feel there are a lot of things going on outside the world. They feel they are tumbling in dark. So, but worry not. Remember, we have Mingmen. Mingmen is our white kidney, that little precious fire lives in water, and that will kindle. And then, so that means we have light within us. Light is within us. It's not away from us. It's not apart from us, right? We have that light in us. I think one of the most beautiful thing, nourishing life, right? The concept of nourishing life is to prepare the elements for you so you can light a light for yourself. If you have a light, you have hope. So if it's anything that I want you to meditate on, create a balanced relationship with your advisor and light a light for yourself. And that light is hope. I will leave some minutes for you to ask questions.
Thank you so much, Dr. Liu. I think one of the most amazing things, there are so many that really sets your practice and the clinic apart, is this constant encouragement and teaching of how to really take ownership of your health, which then translates to, of course, your life. And, then it sort of just continues to emanate out from there. I just think it's so powerful, this notion that you're talking about of a guiding light that's always within us, because so many times we're searching outside of that. And I think the clinic does provide that external support, through treatments, through the herbs, through these teachings. How do you recommend for, we have listeners who've been with us since the beginning of these teachings to listeners who are just joining and sort of wrapping their brain around all of this. We have questions about, things like, how do we maintain our breath work while we're engaged in life and activity to, what we soak our feet in? So I guess, how do we bridge, where does one start? Where does one...
We start small. We start baby steps. So if you forget how to breathe, when you remember, don't beat yourself over it. Say, I forgot about that, how to breathe again. So then you just naturally breathe in, count 5.5. Remember we said, throughout the day, when you drive, when someone give you the finger, think you drive too fast, too slow, you just breathe. When you work, when you do anything, just breathe, right? When your children give you good times, that's a good times, just breathe, breathe through, right? Just remember to breathe, and that's all it matters. If you say, oh, I forgot yesterday, then you start today, you're still alive, right? We're just a breath away, we're just a breath away. Life is a breath away, right? Just keep breathing. So what I try to help people to understand is that don't panic, relax, start all over, because you think you start all over, but if you have done for 2 months, 3 months, you stop, okay, you may slide a little bit, but still you're much better off compared to where you first started. You just keep at it, that's life, isn't it?
Hence the term practice, right, Dr. Liu? To be cultivated and
Yes.
continue every day. I love that. And not taking ourselves too seriously.
Oh, please don't. You gotta learn that from me.
I love that. Dr. Liu, tomorrow is the first day of school. There's a lot of like just busy parents today. And, you know, we are in this seasonal time of transition. If you can give us just some closing thoughts on how to just stay present, how to stay with the moment. I mean, we would love that.
Again, do not let yourself run by, fear. Kids, they will have to sow their own, plant their own and harvest their own. And we're just there to nourish that process, right? And trust them. And they have very good immune system. So don't be afraid. If you're afraid, they're afraid. If you just be mindful and tell them one movement, and tell them, well, this is what I want you to do in school, right? And tell them that maybe we can all do the breathing exercise together, and maybe we can all play with their nose together, and they will be fine. And encourage them to go out and face the world a little bit. You cannot possibly prepare the road for their lives. The only thing you can do and should do is prepare them for the road. So don't be afraid. Go out and tell them, enjoy your lives. We'll be fine. And they will be fine. And always remember to help them to light that light. That hope is the most important thing.
Thank you so much, Dr. Liu. Thank you for a lovely Sunday afternoon. Thank you.
So my people, I will see you next month. And meanwhile, do your exercise.
Thank you, Dr. Liu. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Dr. Wu. Much appreciated. Wonderful.
Thank you, Dr. Liu.
The best. Thank you, Dr. Liu. Thank you, Sarah.
This was beautiful. Thank you, Dr. Liu.